What kind of crime me want commit in a life so make them thing you fear reach me so come on.
Welcome viewers to another edition of news, reviews and more. This week we want to touch on some issues surrounding young people, young men in particular, and the challenges that they face on a daily basis. As you can see, I'm wearing my hoodie in support of this young man who is venting his frustration and the challenges he is having in his life. We're going to dive into the video, get more in depth and listen to what he's saying, and then we come back and make some comments. Alright? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Stay for the enlightenment. Have your say. Get involved. Subscribe, comment, click, share. Let's go.
I know, I'm frustrated, you see me? I'm frustrated bad. Actually, everything when me try, just a feel, just a feel so. I want him to me so. Come on, I am there, I'm a need him understand how I feel. You see me? I get to one work, there's an issue. Get to a different work now, there's a bomber issue again. What's up? So what? Yeah. What kind of crime me want commit in a life so make them thing you fear reach me so? Come on. You see me right now in the street and most people just start rob people. God no. You see me? So me have it hard in my life, you know. You see me? And me a try. You see me? Like me not try. Me a try. You see me? Me don't want to do the wrong thing. You see me? Me a try to do the right thing all the while. You see me? But it's hard. You see me? You don't even understand. It's hard for me. You see me? Me a try my best to stay up on the right path. And to do it right. And everything me try I feel. Everything. You see me? Me stress out now, man. Me tired right. You see me? Me tired right. Everything me try I feel. Yes, me know me do wrong things in my life, but come on, man. You see me? Me tired right now. You see me? Everything me try just I feel. You see me? Me tongue by my face, my there. You see me? I can't run to my mother or my father and say, yo, help me. You see me? Me tired of this now, man. And I'm there, me and people just start rob down a bag of people, youth. You see me? Some people don't even understand it. Them just see me and just see, say, oh, boy, they are bad boy and thing. You see me? They wouldn't understand the hurt of me I go through it, I say, you. You see me? I'm tired of this now, man, brother. Me don't feel me can't bear it no more. I feel as if me I'm mad, you. You see me? I feel as if me I'm mad out right now. You see me? I'm tired right now, man. You see me? I'm just there, me I say, yo, only even understand it, brother. You see me? I look really frustrated with myself. You see me? Like me, I say, yo, why? You see me? Every time I get a start, something happen. You see me? Yo, only even understand right now, you know, you. People just don't even know. Yo, hear me, I say, you see me? Anybody get that video? Don't just pray for me. You see me? That's all I'm begging you. Just pray for me, car. And it gives me moment now, I can say, yo, one people listen to that pan. You see me, I'm tired. You see me, then I run up and down this one. You see me, anything will happen, you see me. I know me in the street and you know, I'm not even say. You see me? Yo, must have beg you, I'm just pray for me. That's all I can say. You see me?
Heartrending indeed. And this is not unique. It's happening to a lot of youth right across the country. Several. One may say he's just trying to get attention. Could be true. But I dare tell you, this may not be the case. I too, while I wouldn't go rob somebody or shoot somebody or take what doesn't belong to me, but how many of us are as strong as that? How many of us have those kind of principles that no matter how rough it is, we will not do that? How much of us? How many of us refuse to be influenced by the dark side and dark people? How many of us is strong enough to refuse those kind of things? Most people have a breaking point. Frustrations and the hardships, what he's facing might not be yours, might not be mine, but we're all different. Here is somebody crying out for help. What are you going to do about it? I'm not talking about this particular young man, but one in your community, one you know that is going through a rough time where you live. one you see down the streets, one you drive past, wiping a car glass. What are you going to do about it? You see, for some of us, our economical stance is good. We have a nice job, we drive a nice car, we live in a nice house, we don't have to worry about food, we don't have to worry about shelter, so we are okay. And that's where it stops. We don't really pay attention to others that are suffering, struggling, going through rough times. I dare tell you that sometimes these things can come back to haunt us. I am not in support of criminals and criminality. In fact, if it was left up to me, I would wipe out every one of them. But what are the causes for some of these young men to turn to criminality? I will boldly tell you, poverty is one such. And poverty is really an injustice. There are people in this country who can afford 5, 6 brand new BMW. There are people in this country who can afford to have 6, 7, 8 homes or houses, because you can really only have one home. There are people who have 4, 5, 6 jobs. Yes, of course I know some of these young men are not very literate. Some of these young men are not qualified. But what are we going to do about it? What have our governments over the years been doing? Administration after administration. What have they been doing? What have you been doing? That could have easily been me. But by the grace of God, people, friends, believe in me, assist me. Here I am, a motivational speaker. I have a good job, married to a nice wife, live in a nice house, not suffering the harsh realities of this life. Though sometimes things get tough, but I am living, I am okay. How many can say that? How many have a hot meal to go home to? How many even have a home to go to? Jamaica, we can do better. Jamaica, we must do better. It is in the interest of every one of us to ensure the ability for young people to be able to sustain themselves. Jamaica, we can. Jamaica, we should. Jamaica, we must. What say you?